Hi guys, this is Rosie from Phoenix Rising by Dior. Today we are going to do a collective reading for Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine updates. So, I already said my prayer beforehand. I always like to do a little prayer. I'm in my basement. This is probably the quietest spot in the house. So this is for the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine update for April 27th. Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine update. Where is Divine Masculine? I'm going to try to do something a little bit different. I'm going to try to do one row for Divine Masculine and one row for Divine Feminine. See where this comes out. Give me some clarity, please, on Divine Masculine. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Divine Masculine update, please, for April 27th. Okay, so what I'm seeing so far is the Wheel of Fortune is the first card. A cycle has ended and a new cycle is beginning. He has been in his head. He's been in his head and thinking about moving forward. Thinking about what else the world has to offer him. But not being able to move forward, not being able to take that leap of faith. Not being able to take that leap of faith. Because he was being ridiculously stubborn and he couldn't offer a promise of a new beginning. He thought he couldn't take that leap of faith forward. Blah, can't talk. Sorry, it's a little early. Because he thought he had everything that he wanted in life, but he saw that he didn't. But he still never made a promise of offering a new beginning. And here's the Empress upside down. Didn't make an offer of a promise of a new beginning to the Empress because he couldn't see the happiness. He wanted the happiness, but he couldn't make that offer. Maybe the Empress was in a negative energy, or maybe he just was seeing her in a negative energy, and he couldn't see the happiness. He knew that she would bring him happiness, but it was like he had a blockage. He couldn't see it because he was being ridiculously stubborn on holding on to his material goods, his material life. Ooh, for the Divine Feminine, the Magician, she is manifesting. Divine Feminine. I'm going to pull out a bunch of clarifiers later on, so don't worry if I'm going to be switching up decks. For the Divine Feminine Spirit, guys, what can you tell me for the week of April 27th? What can you tell me? Okay, she's definitely creating something. She's thinking about where's her next step, where's her abundance going to be. Let's see. Come on, Spirit guides. I don't want to talk about the Divine Feminine today. What's wrong? Where is the Divine Feminine? Well, maybe not. Wow, that's like a lot. It's really a lot of cards here, but I'm going to take these three that came out first. Okay, Divine Feminine is... She wants to manifest about moving forward. She's not to manifest about moving forward, but she's been stuck in her head. She couldn't move forward. And she needed to regain her strength because she couldn't make up her mind. She couldn't make a decision because I think she was waiting for a promise. She was waiting for a promise to come in. Let's see what else cards have to say here. Divine Feminine. What else is saying? She was waiting for... Okay, so Divine Feminine was trying to manifest And she was trying to manifest a new beginning, maybe a new beginning with her divine masculine or a new beginning in life, but she had blockage about moving forward as much as she wanted to, and she needed to build up some strength because clearly, because divine masculine's been in his mind space of blockages and not moving forward, she was at a crossing in a road. She wanted this new beginning, but it wasn't coming in, so she had to build up strength about a decision that she probably reluctantly wanted to make because she didn't get a promise of a new beginning. She wasn't offered any happiness in this situation. She wasn't getting that wish fulfillment or happy life, happy home, or happy situation with her divine masculine. There was no equal give and take, and there was some kind of communication that came in where she had to go in to heal. She received some type of communication where she had to come in and come in to heal. Because she was blinded before. Because there was a blockage. She was blinded. She was blinded before because she was either looking for, this could be different messages for different twin flame couples. She was blinded because she was either waiting for this love offer to come in, of a promise, of some type of passionate new beginning, or she was blinded because she thought it was going to come in, but maybe it just didn't. Clearly it didn't, because divine masculine has been wrapped up in his brain about how he couldn't make a decision to move forward or couldn't say anything. Anything else you want to say with this deck, Spirit Guides? Okay. Give me some clarifiers, please, for divine masculine for April 27th for the collective of divine masculine and divine feminine. Give me some clarifiers, please, for divine masculine. What is he in his heart space when it comes to his divine feminine? Unstable foundation. Okay, he's thinking about how this has been an unstable foundation. Maybe the way it started off. Maybe it started off as a sexual relationship, or just maybe he's been codependent on other issues. But there was some type of unstable foundation. He definitely had some type of realization because there was no balance. See, that card came up over here. There was no equal give and take, see? There was no balance. There was no balance in the situation. Clarifiers on divine masculine, please. Clarifiers on divine masculine for April 27th. Clarifiers on divine masculine for April 27th. Maybe divine masculines just don't want to talk. They've been stuck. They're stuck. Maybe they don't want to talk. But that's it. There wasn't a new beginning. There was the Wheel of Fortune that turned over. Okay. Finances and material changes. Material, spiritual prosperity. New beginnings. And we have the Wheel of Fortune over here. So new beginning, right? And this is two hands coming together. So sorry, Great Dane upstairs barking. There's probably another dog walking down the street. Yeah, so there was a foundation here there was not a firm foundation. He must have had a tower moment, an aha moment, some type of clarity, where he realized that this wasn't a balanced situation at all, and maybe he's not in balance with his life and himself. Sorry, yes, my dog is running up all over the place right now. He maybe he's not balanced financially and spiritually, but he wants a love beginning, a new beginning. This card almost fell out. It's rest and rejuvenation, but it's in reverse. I'm going to put it back in, but maybe he needs to maybe he's done. Maybe he's done too much resting. Maybe, or he hasn't gone in for rest, but maybe he's done too much resting, too much lagging, because he did not get he hasn't had the success that he was looking for. He hasn't been victorious in what he was looking for. And he's been deception and envy. Maybe he's been deceiving his divine masculine, or his divine feminine, or maybe he's been deceiving himself. Maybe he's come some type of clarity where he realized he's been wearing a mask, and he's been deceiving. And then the next card is wisdom. Maybe he's been deceiving himself. Maybe he's gotten wisdom on how maybe he's been deceptive, or he's seeing things in a deceptive way. And you look, wisdom and intuition right next to it. And maybe he's realizing that he needs to start listening to his gut. He needs to be listening to his spirit guides if he doesn't know how to pay attention to his spirit guides. Yeah, disconnect and boredom in reverse. So maybe he's seeing that he's done. He's done being disconnected. He's done being bored with his situation where he's at right now. Okay, now, spirit guides, can you give me some clarity for divine feminine here? Clarity on divine feminines. If you can with this deck. If not, I will switch. Give me some clarity for divine feminines, please. Whoa, way too many. It's like 10 cards there, sorry. April 27th. Collective of divine feminine spirit guides. Give me the energy of divine feminine. Give me some clarity. I don't know. Maybe the divine feminines are where they're at. Rejoice, celebration. Look, underneath the manifestation card. So maybe they're celebrating, but it's 3. Could be a third party situation, but for divine feminines, or maybe they're stuck in their head, or maybe they really are rejoicing and celebrating. Maybe they're celebrating. Maybe they've come to some kind of realization, some type of clarity. Okay. So maybe they're celebrating. Maybe they've come to this point of realization that there is no foundation here, kind of like this, that the unbalanced foundation here. There is no foundation in this connection right now. And that she needs to speak up, because this was not a harmonious situation. It's not what she was looking for. This divine feminine has been suffering in silence. Suffering in silence and throat chakra. So she's been suffering in silence, but she needs to speak her truth. She knows she needs to speak. She's patiently planning. She's planning about her future. Could be with or without the divine masculine. What else? Anything else you want to say about the divine feminine? So it's definitely a little bit of mirror. Firm foundations were about to fall down. Same thing, two cards. She knows, or maybe she needs to build a firm foundation for herself. So there's definitely some mirroring going on here. Just a little bit. But I really feel like divine feminine is really just awakening, that she needs to kind of like move forward a little bit. Rest. She's done resting. She's done thinking. She's done this mental conflict. She's done thinking about what the situation, how this is going to pan out. She's got lots of memories of love, but she's been weak, and she knows she's got to regain her strength. She's been weakened. Maybe divine masculine has been her kryptonite, and has been holding her back. And I think it's something that she's coming to some realization for. I think that's why the first part that came out was rejoice. She wants a partnership. She wants an alliance. Maybe with or without the divine masculine. I'm sure divine masculine is at the front of her head. I'm sure that's the first thing that's on her mind. because unfortunately, that's what happens to a lot of twin flames in this situation. Let me see now. Anything let's see with this deck, please. Spirit guides, can you give me some clarification for the twin flames leading forward as of April 27th? Any type of movement forward in the next few days, please? This is going to be for both divine masculine and feminine. Or you know what? I changed my mind. For divine masculine only, where is his movement now? Where is he going to be in the next few days? Show me the energy for the collective of divine masculine for April 27th in the next few days. Where is his mindset going to? How is his movement forward going to be? Where is he in his mind space for the next few days? Whoa, that's way too many cards, sorry. So many. No place like home, time to go. Okay, I think he's starting to realize that two messages can go. Either he's saying, I think he's coming to realization that he knows where his home is, where his heart is, where his space is. And it's time to go. I think it's time to move forward. I think it's time for him to move forward. I think he's coming to something in his mind space that it's time to move forward. Divine masculine. Where is his mind space? April 27th and moving forward. Where's his mind space in the next few days? Here, guys. Divine masculines. Oh, a lot of cards here. I don't know. I think he wants to manifest. I'm just going to read these cards. I don't know if I'm going to place them yet. I kind of feel like it could be him. Divine masculine is in his masculine energy right now. He is trying to manifest. He's done observing. He was coming to the edge. Maybe he's done. Maybe he's at the edge. Maybe he's completely at the edge because he completely knows, because he knows where his heart is. And somebody else has a leg up on the situation and being by the book. He's doing shit by the book. But let's see. I'm going to put this back in. Let me see what else. Whoop. Okay, well, a couple of them did fall right out. Okay, and the opposite position. Okay, so for this group, that might have been for another group of divine masculines, because, you know, there are many groups of twin flames, divine masculine feminines. It's time to go because he has a leg up on the situation. He feels that, ooh, my goodness, I hate when that happens. This is like so many cards. He has a leg up in this situation because he knows that there's a loyal heart. And there's a pair here. So twin flame could be divine masculine and divine feminine right there. So he knows he has a leg up in some type of situation. And he knows that there's a loyal heart there waiting for him. He needs to just breathe and relax and let it go. But it's in reverse. So maybe he's feeling more of a feeling of hasteness, like he needs to be more aggressive, because I think he's coming to the realization of his why he's been in this place, maybe why he's been stagnant, why he's had blockages, or why he wants to be with his divine feminine. But there's some unfinished business here because of a cycle. There's unfinished business of a cycle. He just knows that he keeps repeating the same thing over and over and over again. And there's some unfinished business related with that. Anything else? Okay. I'm just going to finish this reading off with a little bit of my deck here, my clarifiers here. spirit guides. Clarifier for divine masculine for week, or not week, sorry, April 27th and the next few days. Where is divine's masculine heart space right now? The next few days of April 27th. Where is divine masculine? I feel like somebody's going to open a door. It's going to be very loud, and I'm sorry. I'm doing a reading, okay? Can you please go upstairs? I'll be upstairs in a minute.
Something happened to the network.
Please go upstairs. Spring. All right, well, we are in spring right now, or maybe something is springing up. Sorry, I do have my kids home, you know. We are on the Rona break here in the United States, like most of the world. All right, to be honest was the next card. Maybe he's going to come out with some kind of honesty. Maybe he's going to come out with some kind of, oh my goodness gracious. These cards are a little flimsy. I definitely ordered like a new deck of flashcards. These are like very flimsy. I ordered, oh, these just fell. Thicker ones, so they're not as, you know, movable in my hands. A little bit hard to shuffle because they're so weak. All right, so. Okay, spring, to be honest, this is not your path, and cheater. Okay, so maybe in the spring, which is now, he's going to come forward with some kind of truth, because I think he knew that he was not on the right path, and he's been either cheating on himself, cheating on you, cheating on the situation. Maybe he's going to come forward with that kind of truth, that he's been cheating yourself, cheating on you with somebody else. Who knows? Could be third party, whatever the case may be. Let's see. Any more clarifiers, please? That he needs to focus on love. Or maybe he's starting to focus on love a little bit more in his life. And he needed some time. Time keeps on ticking into the future. Yes, time. Just love that word time. Actually, I hate that word time. Focus on you. Okay, maybe this is a message for divine feminines. You need to focus on yourself. Twin flame. Is it twin flame love? Maybe he needs to focus on himself a little bit, and he knows it's a twin flame connection. No, way too many cards there. As thin as they are, there's probably about 12 cards right here. Anything else you want to clarify? Oop. He's coming up. Someone from the past is coming in, changing the wind, outdoors. Okay, so maybe, I don't know, maybe somebody from his past is trying to reconnect with him, or maybe there's a change in the wind. Maybe the past person is the divine feminine. There's going to be a change in the wind outdoors. Maybe you guys are going to be meeting outdoors because of the coronavirus going on. Who knows? Or he's got somebody else from his past. Maybe he has some type of karmic cycle that he has to finish up with somebody else. There's definitely a new moon cycle coming in. That much I do know. That could be the change in the wind too. All right, I think that's about it. Anything else you want to say? You know what? I'm gonna get some of the what are they called? The angel deck, angel oracles. Give us just a few cards here for a message for divine feminine and masculine for the next few days of April 27th, please. Anything else you want to say with this? remember the name of this deck now. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So, maybe you guys have to get to know each other in a new way. Retreat. It's time to pull back. It's time to disconnect from the world. And then heart-to-heart conversation. And that was something that he was going to be honest. Maybe the truth is going to come. Maybe he's going to talk to you. Or there's going to be some type of heart-to-heart communication with. Or maybe he's going to want to retreat with the Divine Feminine to have this heart-to-heart communication. Sorry, my words get tongue-tied sometimes. Sometimes I hear myself after I speak and I'm like, that did not come out right. Sorry. Anything else you want to say with this? Any messages you want to say? All right, well, honestly speaking, I feel like we're done here because, I mean, with each deck, it almost has the same exact thing over and over. It's just re-clarifying the same thing. So, yeah, I think the Divine Feminines are kind of coming to some kind of realization that they need to focus on themselves and not the Divine Masculine. And Divine Masculines are realizing that they haven't been focused, they haven't been on the right path. They maybe thought that they were doing the right thing, but I think they're coming to some type of realization that they've been holding themselves back. If they wanted this connection, it's been them that's been holding it back. Now just remember, masculine and feminine energies can be flipped. Take it as it resonates to you. Well, they're just energy, so it could be, the female that is the Divine Masculine, and it could be the male that is the Divine Feminine. And of course, just take it as it relates to you. But definitely, there's going to become some kind of truth, some type of communication, and maybe there's going to be a change in the winds. Hopefully this retreat, I know retreat can mean two things. This retreat card could mean that you are either going to retreat with your Divine Masculine to have this heart-to-heart communication, or you need to pull back and have some time before this heart-to-heart communication comes in. I guess we'll all find. I think that could be two messages for two different groups of twin flames. So I hope I gave you some clarity. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave any comments below. Thank you very much.